Let me tell you, being a social media content creator for a living is a hard job. Trying to figure out how to get clicks and views and how to get people to watch your content is tiresome and it's troublesome. But sometimes, if you have an advantage over other creators, you don't need to think so hard. All you gotta literally do is walk in the room. And yeah, I'm talking about walking in. Don't believe me? Let me give you an example. Walk with Mandy Lee is an example of all you gotta have is a fat booty. You can get hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube, millions of followers on TikTok by just walking around with those booty clappers showing. And then stop the show. If you're white, oh my God. It's even better because you're white with cheeks. And so that drives the views going up. Now, we have a white woman with a super big booty that gets a lot of followers. Now, to explain her growth in followership, I saw a pretty interesting video about how to detect if white women like black men.
Now, first things first, a real fucking sore thumb is if they dress like a black girl or a Hispanic girl. If she dressed like them, most likely she like black dudes because she's usually got black and Hispanic friends too, okay? Along with that, usually she tends to act like a black or Hispanic woman, okay? So those are going to give it away right away. If you see her in a black or Hispanic club, most likely she does like black men or Hispanic men, okay?
Then he talked about specifically white women with big booties.
Another thing is if they got a big booty, okay? Number one reason why is because a lot of them probably getting hit on by black dudes. They got used to it, probably gave us a try sooner or later. Another thing is fat white girls, thick and fat white girls. And this is why. Because see, the black man's standard of fat is different from the white man's standard of fat. I've had white dudes tell me this: if her ass can't fit in between this, out of here. Now, I don't know any girl's ass that actually, I know one right now whose ass fits in between there. So that does let you know just how many women fit there. Now, I'm not saying all white men like thin girls. That's not true. But what I'm telling you is the ones that white men would consider on their way to being fat, which is thick or fat, they get hit on by black dudes all the time. See, they've been rejected by their own men, first of all, okay? So they can't find a good white man. So they're like, you know what? All these black dudes is hitting me up. I might as well. You know what I'm saying? Black dudes just like stallions.
So shout out to Tyrone Magnus for the content there. And so when you look at her, she fits the description. She's a white lady, super thick, most likely a lady that likes black men and can attract a huge black male following, although her following is probably a lot of people around the world. Now, women like her who have walking channels, they also like to get the reactions of the men that are there. So when she's walking, what she wants to do is to see if anybody is gonna turn, if anybody will pay her attention, because it will show like how fat that booty is and people are appreciating it. But a lot of ladies are doing this. Even homeless ladies are doing this. There's this homeless OnlyFans model that went to Walmart doing the same thing. I know you don't believe me. Check it out.
Okay guys, so basically this video is going to be about me going into Walmart. I'm going to be getting people reactions of the way that I look. As you can see, I look like a more older, mature woman, but still giving, you know, sexy baby, okay? So I just think that this will be hilarious compared to me being the granny last time as Maribel. So this time I just want to look, you know, sexy and just walk around the store getting people's reactions. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you're homeless with a wig, going to the Walmart, trying to see if somebody will check out your booty clappers. This particular chick, Mandy, happened to be in Japan. And she walked over there and she was trying to get some attention from these Japanese men, trying to see if she can get them to turn around and look at those cheeks. But it didn't really work out like that. So yeah, guys, really didn't work. Why didn't it work? Well, I'll tell you. It goes back to the point that Tyrone Magnus was trying to make. This is a white lady that's curvier, has a bigger butt. Again, a lot of black men would like this. Maybe if she was in Uganda, dudes definitely be staring, because that's how a lot of women in Uganda are shaped, with like a really big butt that jiggles like that. So to see a white lady like that in Uganda, it would be like amazing to see for the average African dude, because the whites they come across ain't built like that. But when you're in Japan, where the men over there don't really want that as a standard of beauty, it doesn't matter that you have a really big giant butt. It don't matter, because to them, you might not be their type. And when you're not a man's type, guess what? You get ignored. And that's exactly what she did do. She got ignored. And it just goes to show you that a lot of the women that get on in the black community are usually women that are not the beauty standard in their community. They are more closer to our beauty standard. That is probably why it's difficult for a lot of the sisters that are built more like her to date the white men. The black women that I honestly see dating white men are the black women that are typically more slender. Let me give you an example. Storytime music! Most dudes who ever come to Uganda are Kenyan or Tanzania. And I mentioned those three countries because it's just bootyliciousness, right? All over these countries. Uganda's number one though, right? It's gonna be real. Uganda's the king. There's so many women that are beautiful with nice bodies here. I've never seen anything like this. Whenever I go to, nicer places in the city where Americans or foreigners may go or visit, I've noticed something. I never see a white guy with a Ugandan woman that is like banging with the butt and booty and top. I never see it. Now you see brothers doing it. You see African men with them. You might even see an Eritrean guy with a woman like that, but you never see it with the whites. You might even see an Indian guy with a woman like that, but you never see it with the whites. You always see the white guys with a woman that's very slender, tall, thin. Those women can come from the village too, right? So those men don't have a preference for usually the kind of booty that we like. So when they go around those guys, they get ignored and they can't use them for the clout, chasing attention. I would say this, even though that booty is good to look at, any lady that's going around doing that needs to be ignored. Why? It's just problematic, bro. Nobody in their right mind will go around walking around with booty jiggling, juicy cheeks showing everywhere, clapping everywhere, and you would want to be in a relationship with somebody like that. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Usher Dude Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Fair Use. I'm out.